The step-siblings and former lovers cross paths once again at the wedding of their mutual friends, Liam and Jenna. The unexpected reunion stirs up a whirlwind of emotions, nostalgia, jealousy, and unresolved desire. Their eyes convey everything left unspoken, even as they struggle to suppress the feelings that never truly faded. They exchange subtle jabs and sarcastic remarks whenever possible, though deep down, both know that the spark between them still lingers. Despite their efforts to stay distant, they eventually spend the night together. However, Nick makes it clear that he hasn't fully forgiven Noah after the incident involving Michael. During their conversation, Noah thanks him for leaving a heartfelt note at her father's grave before his move to London, but Nick insists that it wasn't a sign of renewed romantic interest. Still, it's evident that they can't stay apart for long. In an attempt to move forward, Nick begins seeing Sophia, his personal attorney and the daughter of a prominent politician. Believing the relationship would help repair his public image after his impulsive decision to shut down his grandfather's insurance company in Spain, Nick proposes that they go public. Sophia, equally pragmatic, agrees. When Noah comes across the news of their engagement in a magazine, she's devastated but chooses to be happy for him. Determined to start fresh, she begins dating Simon, the owner of the tech firm where she's recently been hired. However, fate intervenes once more. Nick turns out to be the main investor and majority shareholder of Simon's company. This gives him a degree of control over Noah's professional life, which he uses to limit her time with Simon. Though jealousy drives his actions, Noah refuses to stoop to his level. She chooses dignity over drama and resigns. Yet, because of their step-sibling bond, completely cutting ties remains impossible. After William learns that Maggie is his daughter, he invites her to his mansion, hoping they can finally spend time together as a real family. Not long after their reunion, Nick comes face to face with his mother, Annabelle. Although she is well aware of her son's resentment toward her, she wants to speak with him before things escalate further. Annabelle reveals that she intends to grant William full custody of Maggie. Nick is taken aback. It feels as though his mother is abandoning Maggie the same way she abandoned him years ago. But Annabelle goes on to explain that she has been battling leukemia for the past 4 years. Her illness has left her with little time, and all she wants now is to secure a stable, loving future for her daughter. Nick struggles to believe her at first, uncertain whether she's being sincere. Yet she insists she no longer has any reason to lie. With an emergency surgery scheduled, she asks Nick to take Maggie home with him in the meantime. That night, Noah stays by Nick's side. Though she knows it will only deepen her emotional turmoil, she cannot bring herself to leave him alone. By morning, however, the weight of her decision overwhelms her, and she leaves the house in distress and regret. As Noah drives away, she suddenly notices she's bleeding. Alarmed, she rushes to the hospital, where doctors inform her that she is pregnant. The bleeding, they explain, is caused by an intrauterine hematoma, making her pregnancy high risk. Several tests are ordered to ensure she and the baby are safe. The revelation leaves Noah in shock, especially when she discovers she is already 16 weeks along. The timing makes it undeniable that Nick is the father, the conception tracing back to Liam and Jenna's wedding night. Despite this realization, Noah chooses not to tell him. She decides she will raise the baby on her own. Later, while Noah is at the hospital, fate deals another cruel twist. Michael spots her there. Still harboring resentment, he secretly accesses her medical records, setting in motion a dangerous chain of events. When Michael learns that Noah is pregnant, he sees an opportunity to use the situation to his advantage. He arranges a meeting with Sophia, hoping she can help him erase the traces of his tainted past. Since Lister Insurance, Nick's family company, once invested heavily in the hospital, Michael believes Sophia still has influence. Unfortunately for him, the company has recently liquidated its shares, leaving her powerless to assist. Frustrated, Michael turns to blackmail. He reveals Noah's ultrasound images, threatening to expose the pregnancy and damage both Sophia's and Nick's reputations. With election season approaching, Sophia cannot risk a scandal or a public breakup. She knows such a revelation would harm her career and her father's political image. Despite her anger and fear, she still harbors feelings for Nick. Later, during Annabelle's wake, Sophia learns that Noah has chosen to move to Santander. For the first time, she feels genuine sympathy for her, realizing that beneath all the chaos, Noah has only ever wanted peace. After Nick confesses that he wants to end their relationship and sell his apartment in London, Sophia finally understands he could never let go of Noah. Deep down, she has always admired how Noah helped Maggie adjust to her new family. Nick likes to think he could have done the same, but Sophia knows better. His unresolved anger always held him back. Choosing honesty over pride, Sophia confronts him. She tells him that shutting down the insurance division and restructuring the company wasn't a business decision but a way to punish his father for abandoning his mother. She adds that the real reason he avoids being with Noah isn't lack of love but fear of forgiving her and risking heartbreak again. What Nick calls reckless, she says, is simply what it means to live, to feel, to love, to be human. Despite her own pain, Sophia encourages him to forgive Noah and fight for her instead of trying to fill the emptiness through Maggie. Nick is deeply moved by her words and grateful for her honesty. Noah has already packed her bags and is preparing to leave when Nick suddenly appears at Liam and Jenna's house. Desperate, he pleads with her to stay, but she refuses to listen. When he asks her to stop running and talk, his eyes fall on her rounded belly, and the truth hits him at once. Noah calmly explains that the pregnancy is why she decided to move away and start over. As she gets into her car, Nick stands his ground. Though stunned, he is ready to take responsibility and build a future with her. At first, he assumes the baby belongs to Simon. Even then, he is willing to accept the child as his own. But then Liam and Jenna reveal the truth: the baby is his. Nick freezes, torn between joy and disbelief, unsure whether to celebrate or chase after Noah before it's too late. Realizing he cannot lose her, he jumps into his car and speeds after her. What follows is a tense but familiar chase, the kind of adrenaline-fueled pursuit that has always defined their relationship. In the end, it isn't speed that catches her but his unwavering determination. Noah can see in his eyes that he isn't running away this time. Moved by his persistence, she finally decides to stay. Noah drives straight to her parents' mansion to share the news of her pregnancy with her mother. But before she can step out of the car, Nick pulls up behind her. He has followed her all the way, determined not to let her slip away again. For a moment, it seems fate is giving them another chance. The lovers are just about to reunite when chaos erupts. Out of nowhere, a protester emerges from the crowd and fires a shot. The bullet strikes Nick in the abdomen, and the assailant flees before anyone can react. The attack is a tragic consequence of Nick's decision to shut down the family's insurance company. As Nick lies bleeding, blaming himself, Noah refuses to let him spiral. This isn't the time for blame, she tells him, her voice breaking. Nick is rushed to the hospital, where his condition worsens. The story closes on a haunting note. He slips into a coma that lasts for months, leaving Noah clinging to hope. Nick's family rejoices when he finally wakes. The first thing he sees is the face of his newborn son, born while he lay unconscious. Joy floods through him. After all the heartbreak and loss, Nick finally feels peace. With Noah and their baby beside him, life seems to have come full circle, but the calm doesn't last long. One night, as Noah goes downstairs for water, she hears faint noises upstairs. Unbeknownst to her, Briar, Nick's ex-girlfriend, who still blames him and his family for her miscarriage, has slipped into the house. She stands in Nick's room, trembling with rage, a knife in one hand and their infant in the other. Convinced that Nick and Noah owe her the child she lost, Briar plans to take their baby as her own. Nick, still weak from recovery, struggles to move quickly. Amid the chaos, he manages to reach the SOS button. Meanwhile, Noah freezes as she hears shouting. Just as she's about to climb the stairs, Michael appears, the last person she expects to see. After Sophia rejected his marriage proposal, he was fired from the hospital. Before leaving, he crossed paths with Briar. Still unstable and haunted by her miscarriage, she finds in Michael a dangerous ally. Rather than helping her heal, he fuels her hatred. Together, they conspire to exact revenge. Briar attempts to flee with the baby, but before she can get far, Thor, Noah's loyal dog, springs into action. The massive dog intercepts her, barking ferociously. Noah rushes forward, commanding, "Thor, back inside," hoping that saving Briar from the dog might convince her to hand over the baby. But Briar's grip only tightens. Meanwhile, in the other room, Michael corners Nick with a knife. Despite his weakened state, Nick warns him calmly, "You might want to turn around before you do something stupid. Thor's right behind you, and if he thinks you're a threat, he won't hesitate to attack." Terror washes over Michael as Thor lunges. In a frantic attempt to escape, Michael stumbles backward, crashes through the window, and plunges to the ground below. The noise startles Briar, giving Noah the opening she needs. In one swift motion, she pulls her son into her arms. Moments later, police sirens echo in the distance, ending the nightmare that nearly destroyed their family. Nick and Noah finally exchange their vows, sealing their love after surviving the fiercest storms life had thrown at them. Through heartbreak, loss, and redemption, they realized that they were, without question, meant for each other. If you liked the movie, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more. Thanks.